Hello, welcome to another video. Today I have something very exciting and I'm a little bit underprepared, but I had to start recording this video right now because one, I'm short on time, and two, I just had to do it right now. So, do you recall my Fruits of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery that I was stitching? And this is where I was last time. And I had just started into December. Well, guess where that project is now? It's finished! I finished it. It's all done. December is finished. This is my second finished cross stitch ever. The first one was a gift, and it was a very small little thing. This guy is going to the framer tomorrow. The colors I used were 225, which is the light pink, and 451, which is the darker color. And the hoop marks are still on here and everything. I don't know if I'm going to wash it. I don't know if I'm going to iron it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm probably just going to take it to the framer and say, do you lace? Because if she or he laces, then I don't need to iron because they're going to lace it and it'll be great. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how many stitches total this project was because I had the individual clues. So I don't know how many stitches the whole thing was, but it is gorgeous. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy with it. I also figured out what it is about modern folk embroidery that I love so much. And it's these areas, these types of areas, where it's like the pattern is actually in the negative space. So it's almost like a full coverage, but the pattern is in the negative space. And I love that. I think that just comes out so amazing. And as far as I'm concerned, it's unique to modern folk embroidery, but I don't know a lot about the stitching world. So if you know of other designers who do this type of thing, let me know because I would probably like to stitch them. And speaking of which, one of my new starts that I have kitted up, I don't know when I'm going to actually start it, but that I have got kitted up is called Song of the Nightingale, also by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I've done my own color conversion. Let me show you. I think this is what mine's going to be. And I don't remember the colors off the top of my head, but when I actually start it, I will share all of that. So yeah, this is going to be my color conversion. One of the colors, the gray color, is DMC3. So there you go. You can know one of the colors if you're very interested. That's going to be my mid-tone. I forget what the light and dark tones are. But anyway, so that's going to be my new start at some point. So yeah, that's my big project. Let me share other progress with you. Oh, my shepherd, the Lord is my shepherd piece. I don't even have the piece with me right now because it is in the UFO pile. I don't know if I'm going to touch it or not, but I had actually, so this is where I was last time y'all saw it. And then I got all the way around and I got to here and the pattern wouldn't meet up, or the border wouldn't meet up. And I tried to fudge it and just, and I came to realize right here, right down here, this stitch where it's next to this stitch, it should have been above it. And it's thrown everything off by one stitch this way, one stitch this way, one stitch this way. It's three-dimensionally off in a two-dimensional piece. I don't know how I managed it, but I'm an overachiever. So it's just, I mean, I've gone all the way around, and that's the only, rather, that's one of the mistakes I have found. There might be other mistakes. So, I don't know. I could try picking this part out and restitching it because that would be less than picking all of this out and restitching it. I don't know. It's in the UFO basket for now, in the company of one, and Um, it may get revisited at a future point. It's just it needs to be in timeout for now. So that's the update on that project. So that's basically 2 projects down. So if you were keeping count last time, I have 5 whips on the go for cross stitch. I have UFO'd this one, and I have finished my Fruits of Plenty. So I am down to 3. So let's look at those, shall we? Okay, so this is where I was at with my bee from Gecko Rouge. And this is where I am now. Look at that. Look at how much progress I've made. There it was before, and there it is now. And I've been doing the Monopoly stitching on this from Jen's Monopoly Sal, which she said she's going to make some changes to next year. So we'll see if I still continue to do this. I have a couple of ideas of my own in case her changes are no longer compatible with what I'm doing. But I've made quite a bit of progress, and for a while, and by a while I mean just a few days, what I was doing was putting in 1 thread into this every day because I'm a little bit behind on my Monopoly stitches as well, especially for this project. But then when I started to get so close to finishing for my Fruits of Plenty, I stopped on everything else. So I'm very behind now on Monopoly stitches and anything else. I focused on that, and I got it finished, and it's going to the framers tomorrow. I'm so excited. But anyway, made quite a bit of progress on the bee. It's still at like 2% or something, but um, we're getting there. We're getting there, and I might just continue with the 1 thread a day until I pick up momentum on it. I do find that once I start working on something and really start to get in the groove of it, one of the other changes I made for this project was I changed my needles. I was using at first size 26 bowhins, which is too big for this fabric. This must be 28 count, easy count. I really don't remember. It was so long ago that I ordered the kit. So I was using size 26s. I switched to a colonial size 28, and they were all right, but they're very, very short needles, and it was causing some cramping. So I went and actually bought some needles and I bought 28 bowhins, and they're just a little bit longer, and that little bit longer is just perfect because it doesn't cause the cramping, and the needle is smaller. So that's been going much easier. I think changing the needle has made a big difference. The other thing I've stopped doing is I've stopped parking. So when I pick this up again, I'm gonna um, take care of these park threads, and then I'm just not gonna park. I'm gonna cross country. I'm gonna try to do it's called the not the keyboard method, the typewriter method. I think Stitching Mommy is the one who came up with that. But the typewriter method, once I started utilizing that, that just made a lot of sense to me. And so then the parked threads got annoying. So now I've been working through the parked threads. And so I'll go through the parked threads and finish those up. But the typewriter method seems to be working because part of it's like, okay, well, what's the most efficient choice can I make so I can get all the stitches in the area or something like that. And the typewriter method just takes that choice out of the picture and the analysis paralysis out of the picture, and it just makes life easier. So I can understand why it's a popular method. And so I will be utilizing that for my bee. Okay, so my next project is my Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers. So this is where I was at last time, and this is a screenshot from my video, as you can tell. And I had talked about how I was planning on doing the 939 and taking it all the way around. I'm doing the Jan Hicks color conversion on this pattern, by the way. So instead of 310, it's 939, which is the background color. And I was planning on doing all the 939 and doing the whole frame and then going back and putting in all the colors. But after what happened with the shepherd, that made me look nervous. So here's where I'm at now. Okay, so I did continue with the frame for quite a while actually. And then the shepherd thing happened, so I started, okay, I'm going to start typewriter methoding this as well. So my hoop was over here, so I didn't want to stitch on that. but I was typewriter methoding within my hoop, I guess. So now that the hoop's off, I'll probably go to this, and I don't know, we'll figure it out. But I think I'm gonna start kind of doing this sequentially now. I'm a little wary of jumping around that much and just hoping my counting and all that is right and there have been no errors. So, yeah, not again, I'm behind on this one and I'm actually behind on the next one as well. But it's okay because I got it finished, so I'm happy. So this is where I'm at with hoity toity. Let me pull my hands away so I have a screenshot to take for next video. That's just worked out really well. Okay, so that's hoity toity. This is where my cozy cafe from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery was last time. And that was my October cup. So this is a stitch along that I'm doing with my friend Jen, not Jen the caffeinated crafter. This is another friend of mine, and we are doing one cup a month, at least for now. We may change that. And I got quite a bit of work done on this, actually. This is my November cup, the chai cup, but I also got the bottom, or the not the bottom, this is the top frame actually, not the top frame, the top shelf of the um, menu. And so all the cups are sitting on here, and then there's another shelf at the bottom. And I got most of cafe menu written out here. It's a couple of stitches shy on that thread. And this is the next cup, the November cup. And then I think we'll do the December cup. For me, it's going to be here. She started center start, so she started here and she's working this way. And then we'll be kind of in the same situation. And I think then we're going to change, and we might switch to 2 cups a month. It was the plan we had discussed, but we had not finalized. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's looking really cute. There have been I was a little bit afraid that some of these spots were going to end up in kind of a little bit of an unfortunate spot to make something look like it's not what it is. And it did kind of happen here, right there. That's supposed to be a white. You're supposed to be able to see the fabric in the F. So the F looks a little blobby because the spot's right there and it makes it look like there was an ink smudge. But it is what it is. I could go in with white and do one stitch in white in there if I wanted to, but I don't know. I think it's all going to blend in. And there is at the bottom of the menu here, it says established and it has the year. And I think I'm going to change the frame to kind of look more like the frame there. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a mirror. It's a whole thing. When I get there, I'll show it to you. So anyway, this is where I'm at. And these are all my projects. So I'm down to 3 active projects: the bee, the hoity-toity, and the uh, cozy cafe. So I am going to be starting 2 new projects, and let me show you those. My next 2 projects that I'm going to start are these. I showed these, I think, last time, and if not last time, maybe the time before that. These are commissions from Luthien for my doggies. I got custom portraits made into cross stitch patterns, and I did a little bit of color conversion on the backgrounds as well on these because apparently I can't stick to a color scheme of the original pattern to save my life. But these guys are going to be my next start, and I think I'm going to start with Olive first because she's older. She came into the house first, and so Olive gets to go first, and then also Pimmy. So I'll be back to 5 stitches, and I think, or 5 projects. And so I'll have the 4 projects for the 4 Monopoly tokens, and then I'll have the one that's my focus until finish. And I think Olives is going to be my focus until finish. I want to try to get both of these done next year if possible in 2025. I'm going to start them this year, but I want to try to finish them by next year. And I did the math on it, and it's actually not bad. It's a little bit more intense stitching schedule than I'm used to, but I think it'll be doable. And especially since I also have about a month and a half here because I'm going to start it now, and then I'm going to go into and December, and then I'm gonna go into the month to 2025 with a bit of progress made. And so I think I'm gonna start both of them. I'm gonna start olives first, but I'm gonna start working on them kind of around the same time. Meaning I'm gonna start working on them daily. It's not like I'm gonna work only on olives until it's done and then go to Pimmy's. I think I'm gonna work on them at the same time. And I think olives is gonna be my focus until finished. And then it'll be Pimmy's that'll be my focus until finished, with plans to finish both of them next year. And yeah, I guess as far as discussing 2025 plans, those are my plans. Is these two are slated to be finished. Once I finish olives, I'll probably start another project. So because it seems like 5 is a good number, at least with the way Monopoly is going right now. Depending on what changes Jen makes to her Monopoly, that might not be the case. I don't know. But it seems like this is a good number for me to manage, because whenever I get bored with one project, I can go and pick up another project, and I'm not overwhelmed with the number of choices of projects to pick up. So I say that, and typically once people say that, they immediately start 20 new things. So I've got 20 projects kitted up, probably more. Um, so who knows what's going to happen, but this is the plan. So anyway, I think it's going to be a short one today. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed my catch up for halfway into November. And I'll see you next time. Bye.